He's ready!
Why, hello, Jill!
Just as I was about to turn the camera on, Adam just pulled the front off of one of our kitchen cupboards. So this could only get better. If I can get some nice ASMR going here. Nice.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How's it going? Hope you're all doing very well. Seeing as I've officially run out of things that I can keep saying on camera, I decided it was time for a special guest who's gonna carry this one for me.
A guest chef.
A man I haven't seen enough of recently.
Been roped into cooking dinner for all of you.
It's about time that Adam paid his way on this channel. He hasn't made very many appearances recently. So here we are, pinny on, ready to go.
Yeah, you should do a swipe up link for the penny.
Swipe up for the penny. In a daily vlog, a couple of weeks ago now I think, we did a little segment of Adam showing his prime fresh pasta recipe, which went down an absolute treat. People bloody loved it. I also got so many comments asking if we could show the full recipe for that dinner that we made in that vlog. It's kind of like our go-to...
It's a once a week,
it's
every
our
week.
Staple diet at this point. It brings us new levels of joy. Adam's signature sausage pasta, everybody.
Whoa, you sold it.
Need some crowd noise there. Oh yeah, that
tastes fresh.
The side detail of this one is that it's Tuesday evening, so we're obviously not going to make fresh pasta, but we are going to use arguably the greatest pasta shape that exists. We've already had this conversation.
Where have you put it?
In a video. It's in the jar. We've officially now completed the full lockdown circle of conversation because we've already had this chat about the best types of pasta that exist.
There it is.
It's a bit of a curveball. I think last time we had this conversation we decided on pappardelle.
I feel like I got quite a lot of abuse for suggesting that spaghetti was good, which I feel like is quite a normal opinion to have.
Now we're on to Orecchiette. Little shells of joy.
As you get to focus. You've
got to do this.
That's a YouTube trick, I don't know.
There you go. So that's what's on the menu tonight. Adam's signature sausage pasta with fennel, Orecchiette, and some good times for the main course.
And a lot of Parmesan.
A lot of Parmesan, because that's how we roll. But I will make sure to write it in the description box for anyone who is genuinely wanting to cook this.
Which you all should by the end. It's going to look...
You'll want to eat
so
this food.
delicious that I expect everyone, you know, at the moment everyone sends you the strawberry tea pictures.
Yeah.
I want everyone to send you...
Oh, that'd be good.
I made Adam's pasta, and I'm going to comment,
yeah,
not as good as mine.
Like Gordon Ramsay rates everyone's plates these days. Right, how this is going to work. Basically, Adam is going to make us dinner, and I'm going to clown around and be absolutely no help whatsoever.
There's a tip, Adam's tip number one for sausages. What you see some people do is like squeeze the meat out of the sausage skin, and that kind of looks a bit gross and it's a bit grubby.
Amateurs.
What you want to do is do like a slice down the skin. Comme ci, comme ça.
I thought I would ask for some questions on Instagram, specifically for Adam, relating to Adam, relating to us. Good chat, you know, because I mean we have long run out of topics of conversation during this lockdown. We have established this twice. We've had two conversations where we've looked at each other and been like, oh my god, we have to stop talking to each other because we've now spent too much time together. The first was Adam trying to talk to me about bin bags. That was a real moment where I had to stop him and say, I can't have this conversation with you. We've got to retain some mystic and romance here.
So that was a good conversation topic, and I'll tell you why. Because there's so many bad bin bags out there.
The second time we had that realisation was when we were talking about manure.
That was you.
We got some really good questions. We got so... Look at this. This is how many questions we got.
What?
Yeah, I know. Which US office character are you both... do you both associate with? I know who you are. The Nard Dog. And I will be Creed. Thanks. Do you think lockdown has been good for your relationship? I don't think lockdown has been good for anyone's relationship, but I think if you make it out the other side, that's quite reassuring.
I wouldn't look back and be like, wow, this is exactly what we needed. What an absolute kickstart for the relationship this year has been. But I'd say the main thing is that it hasn't been bad.
No.
Is that not the aim?
Yeah, that's pretty much the bottom line, isn't it? If you've kind of managed to make it all right for each other,
yeah,
then that's pretty impressive, really.
Quick cooking update. I'm just crumbling
Next step.
Crumbling the sausage into some oil in my pan.
Sausage bay. Crumble that sausage. Okay, while you're in the drawer, you can answer this one.
There's a piece of Orecchiette in the drawer.
How?
Don't know, it's just there.
Are you putting it back in? Favourite kitchen utensil and why?
Right, so many. Let me show you the best ones.
Oh yeah, that was a great investment.
Lemon squeezer. You get about twice the amount of lemon juice you would from squeezing it by hand.
Adam came out of the supermarket with that, and I was like, why have you bought that? Obviously Adam has to go into the supermarket on his own now, and every time he just comes out with the most bizarre crap you've ever seen. And I'm like, why have you bought that? And then actually, the majority of the time with these things, I've eaten my own hat because they've turned out to be new essentials for this kitchen. The lemon squeezer was one of them.
Number one, the microplane.
The humble microplane.
Pretty bougie, but
it is a bit.
Zesting, grating Parmesan, nutmeg, very, very handy, and just feels
pro.
Feels good.
Yeah. Okay, and give me a number 3.
Those are my top 2 probably.
There's another the big one I can. Yeah, that's the one. This is the one I thought you were gonna say.
Bacon weight. This, get bacon in, that on top, and it keeps it flat and makes it really, really crispy. And the other thing it's good for, grilled cheese sandwiches. I think probably an honourable mention maybe to the meat thermometer as well.
You could literally do a whole video about this.
What's in my drawer?
Okay, so quite a few people asked this question actually. This is a big question. But you're gonna like it. It's a big question. It's not like a life question, but it's a big question. So like the podcast. Oh no. Rotten onion. So like the podcast that you listen to. What's it called? Off Menu.
Oh yes.
Off Menu. A very famous, well-loved food-related podcast.
But James Acast sent this question in.
What's your dream meal setup? Starter, main, dessert, dream meal. We've had this conversation already this lockdown also.
I think about this.
I think about this a lot too.
Every time I listen to that podcast, I think, what would mine be?
Just on the off chance that one day you go on the podcast.
I do think that, because we've had this conversation before, I think the starter does have to be crispy duck pancakes.
Yeah, that's my answer too.
They're so good.
I think when we had this conversation last time, you didn't say that.
No, because
I said that and he's stolen my answer. That's what's happened there.
No, what I just said was, you have got the right... In an opinion-based question, you actually have got the correct answer.
Okay.
Main. A few options. There's an amazing burger in Berlin, a place called Bird, which the burgers are like...
I vaguely remember going there.
Absolutely. The first time I went, no offence, not the time I went with you. First time I went was like the end of the weekend, and we've had it booked all weekend, and they serve beer in like massive jugs, and the burgers are like steaks, basically.
I don't know what I would choose for this. And it really stresses me out thinking about it.
And the other thing is,
it makes my sort of soul feel uncomfortable trying to make this decision.
My other thing I was thinking was, shout out to Sally Ball, my mum.
Ah.
Her lasagna is excellent.
Oh, that's a very nice one to choose.
Can I say something that I made?
Yeah, of course you can. I appreciate that.
The barbecue ribs that we had last night was really good.
Like some kind of mega barbecue setup.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Can I jump to my side?
Yeah.
Do you remember we were in Brighton and we had chorizo and blue cheese?
Yes.
And I was like, I don't know if I want to order that because that sounds a bit funky.
How can that be? If that's wrong, I don't want to be right. What about your dessert then?
Not massively into dessert.
There's one answer to this, and it's profiteroles.
Or I'll tell you what.
That's it.
Creme brulee. Probably.
Or creme brulee. Well, creme brulee is my favourite dessert. Like if I see creme brulee on a menu, I will always choose creme brulee. But as my like ultimate dessert, a big tower of profiteroles.
Yeah.
Some of these questions are really random. Has Adam ever tried gnocchi?
I'm not saying.
I'd like to keep that information personal and private.
Yeah, some people go too far with these questions, come on. Yes, I have! And you know what? Funny story, didn't like when I first had it, and now I do.
Dream destination that you've both never been to before?
Plaza Tokyo.
Ooh, that's a good one. Don't know where I'd choose.
Bali.
No.
Brazil.
No.
I don't know where to choose.
Canada. Like the really cool natural part of Canada. I'd love to like see bears. Pretty much every time I ask for questions for anything to do with me and Adam, we always get asked how we met.
On popular mobile dating app Bumble.
Right here. We're full advocates of Bumble, I suppose. Proof that it sometimes works. We like chatted for a couple of months, then we went for our first date in Covent Garden, which was really cute.
Classic date location.
Classic date location.
And I'll tell a story about our meal. Maybe she still watches the. Maybe she still.
I hope so. That would be amazing.
When the bill got some food on our date, I paid, and the waitress had written on the receipt, "I love your videos, Lucy." Well, I didn't know, and then obviously I just saw this receipt that said, "I love your videos, Lucy," and I'm like, I don't know. I think I thought like, "Are you famous?" And I just haven't clocked. I don't know, it was all a bit confusing.
Now it's a really good tale to tell though, so I'm very grateful to that girl because that's a great story.
The sausage has been crumbled and then fried, so it's not a nice bit of colour on it. Now we've just got a low heat, load of olive oil, onions, gonna grate a carrot.
I will just disclaimer here by saying if you come for a healthy, low-calorie dinner, this ain't the place for you, honey. Well, this ain't the one for you. But it's all about the flavour, all about loving and enjoying food. So get over it, all right? Get over it.
I put my foot down on that stuff, that spray oil that's like...
Yeah, I tried to get us using that and it didn't go down well.
And is there any less appealing sound in a kitchen than...
As someone who's grown up with a terrible relationship with food, I am now very much of the opinion that you should eat food because you love the food and it brings you loads of joy and that you get loads of satisfaction from it, and it should be like a warm, wonderful, hopefully a shared experience of like eating an amazing dinner together. This is just on a Tuesday night, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, all of our food is made with love because you love cooking and you love trying new recipes, and it's all fresh and it's all cooked from scratch, and like, I don't know, it depends what you prioritise with food, I suppose, but to me that's really good. Do you feel as though you've grown stronger as a couple in the pandemic, or do you bicker?
I don't bicker.
Honestly, we almost never have a crossword. I think we're both pretty chilled out people. Okay. I honestly just think if you can get through this, it's the most unnatural thing for any kind of relationship to go through. Whether you've been locked down with housemates or a partner or your parents or a sibling, like no one is supposed to spend this much time together.
Yeah, that's true.
It's completely unnatural. So I think if you have if relationships have survived through this, then I think that's pretty solid. Is there anything new that you found out about each other since living together / lockdown? I think there is. I know what I've learned because I've heard Adam on all his conference calls and stuff. No. So I've like heard his like work lingo and like your business mode, which obviously I've never really experienced before. I've never seen Adam in a meeting or anything. So hearing you go into like businessman mode has like been quite interesting because I've never seen that side of you.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big businessman. I'm just trying to think, but yeah.
Well, you've witnessed my sort of like work meltdown days.
Yes.
Whereas I just used to have them privately, and Adam would come home and I'd just be like, I've had a terrible day. Now you get to see it in person. Yeah, wow, so magical. Oh, this one's very specific. Adam's favourite film.
Space Jam. I know my favourite like recent film that I've seen in the last 5 years.
Okay.
Is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
That was so good.
That film is just perfect.
If you haven't seen that, I just assumed that I would have no interest in watching that because like I quite like the live action Spider-Man movies, but the thought of a cartoon Spider-Man film, I was just like... But it was a lockdown watch for us and it was so good. So even if you don't think you're going to like that movie, I highly recommend it. Like, it was so good.
It's funny, the soundtrack's good.
Yeah.
It's just, it's just spot on.
What are your favourite and least favourite parts of the house?
Least favourite is the bathroom, and that's just a fact.
Hey, not for long.
That's just the worst room.
Not for long, it's gonna be so good.
My favourite, I love the living room.
Yeah, the living room's turned out really nice.
And the little corner with the...
Even with a fridge in.
that is why I love it. Easy access to the beers and the snacks.
I love the garden. When the garden came out in like full flower and stuff in the like spring summer last year, and we were having barbecues and sitting out there, and I was doing some work out there and stuff. What a treat! What an absolute treat!
Onions and carrots are cooked with some garlic. Adding tomato puree for 5 minutes, and now I'm putting the sausage back in, and then I'm adding the key herb. How do you do it? Like this?
There you go.
Hey. So this is the Bart's Fennel Seed collection. That's the key.
Is that your monthly favourite?
That's my, here are my empties.
You mentioned that Adam enjoys cooking to unwind. What is it about cooking that helps him relax?
Sounds like they've asked that to you, not to me.
I don't know.
It's just nice, isn't it? Get in here, get a podcast on.
Well, you were saying the other day it's one of the very few things that you do that doesn't involve a screen. And that definitely makes a big difference. I think a screenless hobby is really nice.
Even when I used to commute to the office, I'd like have a podcast on my phone. So I'm not really looking at the screen so much, I'd be half asleep anyway. But yeah, now it's like wake up, work, screen, watch TV, play PlayStation.
Can Adam recommend some of his favourite cookbooks, please?
Oh, yes.
I'm basically just the host of this today. This is all about you.
Favourite cookbooks? What do you use quite a lot?
The Chinese one?
Yes. It is written by Gok Wan's brother, and it's like how to recreate all your favourite Chinese takeaway classics, and they're
so
really
good.
easy and really good.
They're
So
good.
like lemon chicken and chili beef done, and the egg fried rice recipe is like
Yeah, you do that all the time now, don't
super
you?
simple, but it's so good. One that we cooked a few things from the sun was Ottolenghi's veggie one.
Oh yeah, that was nice. That
With
mushroom
flavour.
risotto.
That was really good. Yeah, the mushrooms I was banging. And my most used one was like a few years ago. That there's BBC Good Food slow cook one, which has just got so many recipes in that I still make, but just like I've maybe changed a bit.
I think someone's misunderstood my Instagram story.
Oh no.
Because I asked for questions and said we were making a cooking video, and I think someone's thought I was asking for requests of what we should cook, and someone's just written enchiladas. Quick recap for anyone who's still alive at this point.
We brown the sausage, got that out into the same pan, onions, carrot, garlic on low heat. We then, after about 5-10 minutes, added tomato puree, and then we put the sausage back in, chopped tomatoes in, filled up the tin, empty chopped tomato tin with water, put that in. Now I'm going to bring that to the boil and then let it simmer down for about 15 minutes.
Simmer down, will ya?
I'm a big advocate for low and slow cooking, but with this the sausage kind of crumbles away if you cook it slowly for too long.
Who is Flo's favourite?
Me. It's me.
I raised her from a baby, swooped in, stole her. Special guest appearance.
This is what all cooking shows have, animals in the kitchen.
Top hygiene rating all
Yeah.
around.
Hygiene rating of 0.
Kisses. Here's the pasta. It's really weird. It's like tiny. It looks like some kind of like pistachio shell
Yes.
or a tiny pasta hat. But a very delicious tiny pasta hat. Look, if you stand there, you can wear the hat. Oh, it doesn't work. That's the closest we're getting to the Leaning Tower of Pisa for quite some time.
Boiling away. Salted water.
Salt your water.
And people say to me, Adam, how much salt do I want to need? And I say, put loads in. And then people also say to me, how much pasta should I make?
And the answer is
No one knows.
loads.
No one knows how much. So you just like get your hand in there.
I don't know at what point in life you learn how much rice, how much pasta.
That's probably...
I don't think it's ever learned.
Yeah.
When in doubt, empty the bag. Want to do a couple more questions?
Yeah, only if they just say enchiladas.
Oh, this is a nice one. What have you asked for your birthday?
I think the only thing I've asked for was I found a nice new...
I don't remember you asking for anything.
I found a nice new cooking apron, didn't I? And I said,
You did.
this would be nice for my birthday. And I
You
don't know
did.
if that look on your face is, I forgot to buy you that, or that look on your
No,
face
I
is...
didn't. the particular apron you suggested might not have been available. So I don't want you to be sad.
I asked for one thing!
Luckily, I have a
No
plan.
offence.
I have plans up my sleeve.
No offence to this apron, because it is jazzy.
I don't know if they can even properly see it.
It's it's a ball.
I have a good plan up my sleeve. I think you'll be
Okay.
buzzing.
Well, you're
I
good at
think
prezzies.
it will probably feature in a vlog.
Oh my god, is it another cat?
It's not another cat, because our cat would be so pissed off. TV show that you've not enjoyed in lockdown.
A Stranger. And that's a straight fact.
We watched the whole thing though.
Yeah, but
Adam's referring to The Stranger on Netflix, which he thought was quite rubbish, but in fact we still watched the entire series.
I'm gonna say, like, spoiler alert, obviously there's a twist, it's a TV show, but like the twist is so painfully bad.
It is really silly.
And, like, yeah, just.
The acting wasn't very good either.
But the serpent,
Oh yeah, that was too heavy.
I just couldn't, in my lockdown, like, you know, state of like, just the added stress.
Already quite fed up.
You're not watching an episode, you sit on the sofa for like 10 minutes just staring into space. So
Yeah, it was dark, that one.
we didn't like both go, oh, let's stop watching this, but we just never.
We couldn't face it.
It was unspoken that we didn't pick it up again. But it was great, and I think any other time I would watch it, but I just couldn't handle it.
What is Lucy's worst habit? Do not include dyeing the front door green with her.
Who wrote that? You wrote that. Absolutely, yeah, definitely the nails.
Chewing my fingers. They're so bad.
You know, the
I
habit.
can't help it. I think I need to get hypnotised.
The habit's not necessarily the problem. It's when I say stop doing that, and then you go and get annoyed at me. And
Because it's such a. I can't explain. It's such a compulsion to bite them that when someone like interrupts you doing it, it's like I like turn into Gollum. I'm like,
yeah, it is like that. I'm only trying to help. What's mine? Snoring.
your worst habit.
Or something.
Oh, yeah,
something
the
worse.
snoring is annoying.
Snoring is adorable.
You'll like this one. Ready? Snog, marry, avoid. Ainsley Harriott, Gordon Ramsay, the hairy bikers.
Marrying the bikers.
Oh, 100%.
But I'd avoid Ramsay
Oh, 100%.
in this scenario. In the scenario that I have of like.
And you'd have to marry the bikers. So, yeah.
So yeah,
Wow, that was remarkably quick.
easy. I've clearly thought about it before. There you go. There's a portion
Ooh.
for another day.
Leftovers. Done. Secured the bag. Adam has made me turn the camera back on specifically
No.
for this stage.
The fans want what the fans want, and they said, "What's the thing, the gadget that you like?"
I'll just leave
And
you to it.
I said the microplane, and so I wanted to show whoever asked that question the vibe that this microplane gives off, which is just exceptional. Cuts through the richness of the sausage and the tomatoes and the garlic,
Still going.
and you just get that little zesty hit.
Is this a secret hot tip?
Yeah, if you put a tea bag in the pasta water.
You're lying. I was just thinking, what? I've never seen you do that.
Pasta water is to add to.
It would not surprise me if you drank pasta tea. Glug, 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 glug. I'm just here to provide the sound effects.
So you put the pasta water in, it always looks like you've put too much in.
Like you ruined it.
Immediately you go, oh no, what have I done? But it absorbs really quickly and it also like evaporates a bit. Great about this pasta as well is it like
Yeah, it's like a little scoop.
a little scoop for the
A little
sausage.
scoop of sausage for you. No, 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 no. Would you look at that?
Cheers. There's pasta water.
And that is lean in 15.
There you go.
Would you like to
Sausage.
present it to the camera?
Yes, that is Adam Bull's. There you go. They do the thing.
You don't need to do that.
Sausage, pasta with fennel, and Parmesan and lemon. Simple. About 6 ingredients. So
Wow,
easy.
this looks amazing. I'm so excited.
Can I eat now?
Yes.
Any more questions?
You officially earned your dinner. Let's have some company while you cook.
To a point.
He says, absolutely not. I'd much rather have my podcast on.
It was interesting.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. We haven't done anything like this for ages, but that was really fun. Maybe we'll make this a regular a regular guest slot.
Yeah. But don't be so nosy with the gnocchi questions next time.
Guys, so much for hanging out with us, and we'll see you very soon. Oh, and don't forget to, if you make this, send me the photos, and Adam will rate them very severely.
Yeah, I'll rate them all right.
Bye!
Bye. Cheese. Ooh. Ooh.